You can't settle for less and complain about the view from the bottom. That shit took me out. I was like, good Lord. Happy Sunday, everybody. Do you guys notice a difference? Okay, so quick little background. Last video I filmed, I was like, oh, I'm sick of my short hair, yeah, which is so typical of me because I'm always sick of something. So either I'm sick of my long hair, sick of my short hair, I cut my hair, and now I wanted long hair back. So I bought clip-in extensions. And I think I would rate my installation process of doing it a 6 out of 10. It could be a lot better, but my hair is so bluntly cut that it's really hard to make these blend without cutting them. Like, I feel like if I cut these into layers, it would look better. Also, the texture of these extensions are a little bit silkier than my hair. So if you see me playing with it just to make it more realistic, don't mind it, don't mind it. But today's video is, I think, gonna be a really great one. I think you're gonna really like this video on this fine Sunday because it's all about becoming your dream girl version of yourself, the goals that you've always wanted to be for you. And I think that this is all tailored to who you are, right? Because who you've always wanted to be isn't necessarily who your best friend wanted to be, or who your mom wanted to be, or who your aunt wanted to be, or who your uncle. Like, everything is specific to you. So I'm gonna be talking about how I'm becoming the dream girl version of myself, or the dream girl goals that I've always wanted to be, and the steps that I'm taking, step by step of what I'm doing, what I'm not doing, what I think is more important to think about and to handle than other things, and we're gonna get into that today. I have been on a high since I've moved, and I really think it has a lot to do with moving into this home in particular. A little background about me: we moved a lot growing up. Like, we moved a lot, not like out of state or anything like that, but we moved into different houses a lot. And I always struggled to acclimate to the new home, the new environment. I always grew attachments to my life and grew attachments to my bedroom and the way things looked and my routine and everything like that, that moving was always really, really, really difficult for me. So to move here and to be able to jump right into it was such a weird feeling for me because I've always struggled. Even in my last 2 apartments, it took me a minute to acclimate. I was going through like my 2-week anxiety-ridden process of just trying to grasp that I moved, trying to understand my new routine, trying to make light of a situation that felt very overwhelming. And to move here and feel the exact opposite already proves that I'm getting closer to where I've always wanted to be. And I really wanted to talk about that today because, I don't know, there's something to be said that when you are trying to become your dream girl version of yourself, to become the best version of yourself truly that you've ever wanted to be, you start to make decisions that feel right to you. You start to do things that make more sense and are easier for you to deal with. And it becomes more tailored to your life. So I kind of wanted to just speak on that because I just think it's really cool that I'm getting to experience something so unique and different for the first time in my life, where I'm actually enjoying my new house right off the gate, right off the bat, right as soon as it happened. It's such a weird feeling, but yeah. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you like these types of videos from me. These videos I'm going to be doing once a week. I kind of have like this plan in place that I want to do, and it's going to come soon. It's not yet, but I'm going to kind of give you guys the plan, give you guys the itinerary, I guess you can say. I'm going to do one of these videos every week, like a girl chat, sit down, hang out video where we just chill and vibe and learn and honestly just bounce things off of each other. I just love to talk to you guys, talk about what I'm going through, talk about what I'm learning and how I'm growing. I'll do these once a week. They're kind of just like a vibe, just chilling, hanging out, talking for a minute. Then I want to do a hygiene segment video in the week as well. So 1 girl talk, 1 hygiene video, because at the end of the day, that is how I got my start really into creation and becoming the person that I am today. It was hygiene, and I do really love it, and I kind of miss it. So we're going to bring hygiene back. And then maybe the 3rd video of the week will be something vlog related. I've never been like a vlogger. It's not really my thing, but I really want to do it because I want to document my life more. So yeah, let me know what you guys think down below and if you guys want to see that. And let me know what other videos you guys want to see from me. But yeah, let's just get into it. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and follow me on Instagram. And let's talk about how to become the dream girl version of yourself. Okay, So the first thing that I want to touch on how I'm becoming my dream girl version of myself and becoming who I've always desired to be is making my day-to-day life my dream reality. So this could be as little of doing your dream morning routine or as big as changing your entire life to your dream reality, down to where you live, how you spend, how you work. It could be small and big, right? So let's just say you're a suburban girl, but you feel stuck. And you feel like the dream girl version of yourself is meant to move to like Miami and become a Miami girl. And it's just how you've always envisioned your life. That is what I mean. That is what I'm saying to do. Of course, I do think that everyone's situation is different, but I'm just kind of explaining my own perspective, right? My entire life, I have always idolized specific people or have resonated or related to certain people. And I'm trying really hard to pull from each person that I've always really resonated with and said, okay, why is it that you like this person's life and how can you make your life similar? So like the first person that always comes to mind is Carrie Bradshaw. No Carrie Bradshaw slander here on this channel. I've always been a fan of her and I still am. I watched Sex and the City back as an adult, still think that she's fabulous and awesome. And I always said, okay, what is it about Carrie that you've always liked? And it was her independence. Yes, she dates often, but she really does like and romanticize parts of her life that are solo, like her writing, and her apartment is so cozy and sexy and girly and fun, and her style and her love for shoes and her love for fashion and her love for going out and doing new things. And I always have just really resonated with Carrie. And I said to myself, okay, obviously I'm not like a city girl. Like I'm not someone who belongs in New York City. I'm more of a suburban girl, but how can I make my life like that? So I found a way, even just buying this house and living alone solo has already made me feel closer to that freaking dream. Like I feel so good waking up in the morning to my own home and having like everything in the house is mine and tailored to exactly how I want to see it, and me kind of mapping out an idea as to what I want the house to look like when it's complete. The bachelorette vibes, the sexy vibes, the girly vibes, the moments, the memories, the just how it looks and feels, right? And that is something that I'm working on every single day, and it's giving me so much purpose. And then there's like the Kourtney Kardashians, right? Where I look at her eating goals, like her eating a salad and how she cares for her body and how she is just so like Cali vibes. Like there's just certain people where it's kind of just a vibe, right? You don't have to really get into what it is, but you kind of are like, okay, what is it about this person that I really enjoy or really like? And I'm trying to channel that in my own life, because for a moment I've noticed that my last apartment, as beautiful as it was and as amazing it was, when I really looked back on it, it just wasn't meant for me. And that is kind of really what propelled the move and for it to be more instant, was I found that I was very unhappy there. So many of you guys are actually commenting on like my pictures and my videos saying like, I can see like a newfound happiness and purpose in your face and you're glowing and everything. And I also feel that in my heart. I wake up every day when I talk to my mom and I'm like, Mom, I'm so happy. And like, that's all I say, right? Like, I'm like, I'm so happy. And she's like, I'm glad. And it's like, I think it's just because I'm finally doing things that feel like they're me. So pretty much the first step after all that talking is to start doing things in your day-to-day life that feel more like you. When you try to follow trends or when you try to do what you think other people enjoy, you kind of sometimes can get lost in the sauce. Start doing things that make you feel purposeful, make you feel wonderful, and make you feel glad and happy to be here. It was always my dream to have like that farm girl life, but also with like a sexy, like girly vibe to it. Like I was never like a dirty farm girl. I remember I used to talk to like friends or whatever about how like I would kind of like go through the motions of like what my life would look like. And I'm like, I would have like a house on a farm and I would like go outside in like Burberry rain boots and I would like feed my chickens and I would look so fabulous doing it. And like, it was just fun and it sounded like a joke, but it was really what I wanted. And I'm like, I feel like I'm getting closer to that and it feels so good. So I think just intentionally trying to create the life of your dreams every day will get you closer to being your dream girl. So kind of write down maybe what that would look like, who you look up to. Like, are you like a Cher from Clueless kind of girl? Are you like a Hilary Duff from Cinderella's Story girl? Like you want to go to Princeton and you want to like I don't know, like just kind of figure out what it is, who you are. Are you like a Lori Harvey, workout warrior, Pilates princess? Try to figure out what it is if you can't really think of something on your own, and pull different ideas from other people that you feel like are mostly kind of how you view yourself too, and channel it. And I'm telling you, you're gonna already be closer. Okay, the next thing that you have to do to become your dream girl goals is to raise your standards. So I don't know what I was watching recently, but I saw somebody talking about like standards and boundaries and things like that. And they were talking about kind of growing up in a household with two parents and kind of what it taught them, and how it taught them that like the way that their father loved their mother, it was so helpful in kind of showing how they would enter the dating world themselves and how they would accept or decline certain things, right? And for me, as much as I want to say that I'm so well versed and so knowledgeable about dating and men and this and that, I have my flaws in this part of my life where, because I love being such a nurturing, caring woman, I don't mind if someone needs me. I don't mind if somebody doesn't bring a lot to the table. And I realize now in my new dream girl reality in life that it is important to me to be with somebody who's equally yoked, somebody who cares deeply about the things I care deeply about, and someone who does bring a good amount of shit to the table. And I also wanted to preface that raising your standards doesn't even always have to be about dating. When I started thinking about raising my own standards to be my dream girl version of myself, it was not just about dating, it was about friendships. It was about setting boundaries with people. It was about my career and honestly life in general. If your standards are low, if you're really viewing yourself and playing lowball, you really can't get to the top. You really can't, command respect and have the life that you wanted, because you're just being very small. You're playing small. You play small, you get small. You play big, you get big. And I also read something the other day that really did it for me. It was something like, you can't settle for less and complain about the view from the bottom. That shit took me out. I was like, good Lord. And to be honest, I'm not really a settler. I wouldn't consider that to be my own personal story. But I would say that I do sometimes accept bad behavior or things that I just know is not good. And in my new journey of raising my standards, I go into it now with the mindset of, my mom has been married for a significant amount of time. I've seen how things are supposed to go. And if you don't have that, what's the word called? Example set. Start trying to find people that you can kind of pull this info from. A great way to raise your standards in dating is to, in your mind or even on a piece of paper, cultivate boundaries, desires, wants, needs, and non-negotiables, just so you can kind of already really have that going. And I think that this is just going to naturally attract people for you that are more tailored to who you are. I really do believe that when you go into life nilly-willy, a lot of times it welcomes a lot of things that you're not really sure of. And the more sure of yourself you become, the more people kind of smell that and see that. And it's going to be more intentional when dating happens. You're going to meet people that are more better for you, people who are tailored to what you're looking for. And you're also just not going to take shit from anyone. You're not going to accept less than what you deserve. You're going to, even outside of dating, you're going to command respect and proper treatment at your workplace, and knowing what your worth is and working really hard to get there, and becoming that person, that boss woman that gets the promotion, gets the job, gets the respect, gets the titles. And when it comes to friendships, you get the friends who have the same values and morals as you, and people who have the same love and respect for others that you do. Like, it's just a lot better the more you raise your standards. When you go into things being like, I don't know, well, then life is just gonna, I don't know you back. So just kind of have that mindset when becoming your dream girl, that every dream girl that is really just like that girl is a girl who just knows her worth, is a girl that just knows what she deserves. Okay, the third thing that I think is really important to becoming the dream girl version of yourself is to kill any kind of negativity. I think that, and I've talked about this in a lot of videos, that your mindset could really destroy your future. If you go into everything with like the half glass empty mindset, you're just not going to ever be welcoming in any goodness into your life. And I really do believe that mindset is everything. So when you are a negative person, somebody who complains a lot, somebody who doesn't really respect your boundaries, somebody who always assumes that bad things are going to happen and you have severe self-doubt, it's just going to welcome so much darkness into your life. I really want you guys to sound off down below if you did a mindset shift where you went from someone who was super negative to super positive, because I would love to hear your stories. But for me personally, I always thought I was a negative person, but I have found that as I got older, that I meet people all the time who are way more negative than I ever was. So I'm like, oof, that's like a different level of negativity. Like, I don't like people who like to use absolutes all the time, like all men are bad, all girls are bad, I hate having friends, I hate working, I hate how expensive it is to do X, Y, and Z. Like, and it just becomes very jaded. You just become such a weird person. And you know, something that I think is really great is to have more perspective, right? For me, I think what really helped me kill negativity, and this might sound kind of like hard to understand, but I'm hoping I can kind of phrase it well, is kind of understanding that the world will always do what the world does, right? The world is not always going to be a great place. People are not always going to be kind. People are going to scam you, lie, cheat, hurt you, do everything in their power to ruin your life. Sometimes even the world itself will make you feel unhappy and negative. But when you kind of realize that that can't be changed and what you can do on your end can be, is really what helped me. I think when I was more negative, it was more about other people. I wasn't focusing on my own things. I was focusing on the, why are people so bad? Why did all my friends do this to me? Why did every guy that I date do X, Y, and Z? Why did my coworker treat me like this? And I didn't really make anything about my own particular footprint here on this planet. And the more I started realizing that I can't control others, but what I can control is how I lead and live my life, it really just made me more positive by nature. I was focusing on how I could change things. I always tell this story whenever it comes to like life, you know, not always going perfect for me. And I'm going to kind of retell the story because I just think it's a good story. But when I was in hair school years ago, I had this passion for doing like blowouts, and I loved like curling hair, styling hair, and that was more of my dream. I didn't really want to do anything else. Like, that was what I wanted to leave hair school doing. And I went to multiple salons in my area, which you can imagine kind of the demographic of these salons, because of the specific type of hair goals that I was trying to achieve for my career. And I never got hired. And it really affected me at first, but then I was like, I don't care. I'm just gonna do something else. And I kind of pivoted and made my life the way it is now. And I have the best life ever. And I always like made a joke. I remember I went to a job interview. They treated me like shit. I left and I got in the car and I looked at my boyfriend at the time and I said, they're gonna regret this one day because I'm gonna be famous. And I remember saying that. And it's funny now because I'm sure they do regret not having me work for them. Mwah. Honestly, the gag is instead of like sulking in the people that just didn't believe in me, the unhappiness that other people have had or put onto me or projected onto me, I decided to just take the reins of my own life and make my life good. And I have really found that I can't change the world, but I can change a little piece of it if I just do right by myself. If I do right by me and I take care of me, it could help a lot of people. But I can't spend all of my days focusing on the negativity that other people have going on, other people have done to me. And the reason why I'm bringing up other people is because I have found that when people are negative, it's always complaining about things that have nothing to do with them. So I really want you to focus on you, and becoming the dream girl version and the dream girl goals is to just do you. Kill the negativity. If a thought comes into your mind that sounds negative in spirit, shoot it out your head. Shoot it out your head and start over with a more positive outlook, and start focusing on things that you can change that can make your life better, not worse. And the last thing that I do to really become the dream girl version of myself, the dream girl goals that I've always wanted to be, is finding things that make me feel purposeful and make me feel alive. If you want to be a dream girl, you want to be goals, you got to do things that make you feel good, make you feel purposeful. And this is going to be different for everybody. There are people who are super into having hobbies. It's so important to them because without a hobby, they feel purposeless because they work all the time. And if they don't have a hobby that kind of makes them feel good, their life doesn't feel like theirs. So if you're someone who works a lot and you struggle to really feel like your life is yours, maybe cultivate or find a hobby that makes you feel good. Because I'm, super blessed, for the most part, my biggest hobby is my job. Being a YouTuber was something that I found joy in before people knew who I was. I was doing this a really long time prior to getting any type of following. So it was something that was a hobby for me. But now that it has become a career and sometimes it can get a little I like to find other ways to love my life. It's just important to me. So things that I like to do that give me purpose, and it changes year to year because we change year to year. So this year, my hobby is now interior design. I have been so passionate about making this home so gorgeous and cozy, and I haven't even bought anything yet. Like, I have been just creating vision boards and getting the ideas together, even down to the renovation projects. Like, I shared on my Instagram the other day that I wanted to make my master bathroom pink. I wanted it to be like a pink vibe. And I showed you guys like a picture of like a tasteful pink vibe. By the way, follow me on Instagram if you guys want to see the tea on things like that, because I post a lot on there. And it just gives me such a sense of purpose and life. And I think that the more that we do things and find who we truly are, the more we become who we were always meant to be. And it's just such a beautiful thing. And I really think that making time in your life, and I can imagine that some of you guys are really busy, but making time in your life to learn about yourself deeper is going to be great. I think a lot of people will say, like, I'm not deep, or I don't know my passions, or I don't know. And it's like, you have it in you. It's there. You just don't know how to find it. And you want to know how to find your passions and things that matter to you is by doing a bunch of things and seeing what makes you feel great. I did so many things before I became a YouTuber, which is kind of crazy to think because I started doing YouTube at 18 and you're like, you did so many things. I did. I went to dental assisting school. I went to hair school. I was going to school to be a dental hygienist and I switched my major and I was doing X, Y, and Z. I was working here, working there. And it really allowed me to see what my life could have looked like had I chosen a different path for myself. I remember working at the dental office and I was at the time going to school to become a dental hygienist. I was already a dental assistant. I was certified, whatever. I was working there. And I was going to school to be a dental hygienist and I'm thinking, I hate it here. I would go into the bathroom every single day and cry. And it just wasn't for me. I'm not hating on the career or the job. It wasn't for me. I cried every single day. I hated my job there. And I'm so proud of myself because I can imagine for families or people that it's disappointing at first when you constantly quit things, and people always make it a big stink when people quit stuff. Oh my God, you're such a quitter. But like, what if it just wasn't giving you life and it wasn't giving you purpose? So what that they quit? So what? Like, I'm happy that I'm a quitter because I ended up deciding something that makes me feel happy and I've stuck to it for years. For 7 years. So I think that finding things that make you happy, finding things that give you purpose will get you that much closer to becoming the best version of yourself. Don't be the person who settles, hates your life, hates your career, hates your friend group, hates your man, hates everything, and then it puts you into a downward spiral of feeling like you can't get out. Which, by the way, if you're already at that point, you can get out. You absolutely can. You absolutely can change your life at any moment. That's the best thing about living, is you can wake up one day and say, I'm done with this, I want to start over, and you can. It's such a cool experience. The amount of times that I have reinvented myself or have changed little things about myself to make myself feel more comfortable with how I'm living, I did it a million times and I'll do it a million times over. And I think that that's what's important at the end of the day. So I hope this video kind of gave you some insight and helped. I know it was like a huge rant, but I really enjoyed this video a lot. I loved making it. And let me know how you guys feel about that possible schedule of girl talks, vlogs, and some type of hygiene video. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you guys think about this video. And I love you guys so much. Let's all become the dream girl version of ourselves that we've always wanted to be and all live our Carrie Bradshaw dreams. Also, by the way, I don't know if you know this, but my necklace, the Haley necklace, is like exactly the same necklace that Carrie wore. So I just love this necklace. It just reminds me of her. But yeah, I love you guys so much. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you guys haven't already. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, everyone. Mwah.